So let's talk about diet today. Diet. That's it's a critical part of this fitness journey. As we all know, diet is probably the most important thing you need to think about if you want to stay lean and healthy as you get older. Obviously, workouts and older, the sleep and stress and all that is definitely part of that process. But diet is a really integral part of it. And today I'm just going to share just some 5 modifications or 5 changes that I've made, or things I've just sort of made non-negotiable when it comes to diet now. As I've got into my 50s, I'm 54 now, nearly turning 55, and these have let me sort of stay reasonably lean as I've gotten older. Since I've been probably making these permanent now since probably last 4 or 5 years. So and yeah, they're working well for me. Now, when I say lean, I'm not super lean, I'm not abs out, although I am going to be going through a 90-day transformation soon to do that. By the way, if you want to find out more details about that and join me on that journey, there'll be some details in the description below. But anyway, so yeah, back to this. Let's just five things I've changed. I realised as I got older, diet when you're getting older is you just can't get away with it anymore. Stuff that you would get away with in your 20s, 30s, even 40s just doesn't cut it anymore. And I just say I'm not super lean at the moment. I'm not abs out, but I'm 6'4", I'm about 83 kilos, probably around 15% body fat, maybe 32-inch waist, 40 chest. So I'm in decent shape. I'm not, I say I'm not shredded, but compared to against most guys my age, I'm pretty lean, which is a sad state of affairs, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. And these things are definitely helping. So number one is really I just don't chase fad diets anymore. I've literally over the last 20-30 years I've done every single diet you can think of. I came to realise that just most of them didn't work for me, especially the keto. I really struggled on that one. Yeah, well, I'd see results, but I was just freaking miserable on it. So I've come to realise that I just don't chase the fads anymore when they come out, or the paleos and the carnivores and all of it. I've done with it. I found that for me it's just a balanced diet of proteins, veggies, fruits and fats, very much like a Mediterranean diet. That works best for me. I really enjoy it, and if I keep on top of the calories, which I'll discuss in a minute, it works. So definitely that's one thing to consider. Number 2 is really I plan more. I hate planning, I'll be honest with you. I don't like planning and tracking, but I've realised if I want to stay on track, I have to have an understanding of what I'm eating now. Just as I said, just haven't got the wiggle room now. The flexibility's gone. So I use apps just to sort of check in on calories. I'm not like obsessing over it at the moment. Again, when I'm on this 90-day thing, then that'll become more important. But I say planning. So what I'll do, I just plan my meals out over the week, and then just shop accordingly for that. It's just make sure that I'm not getting caught where I haven't got food, or I'm missing meals because I've not been prepared or organised. And I find that actually keeps you pretty consistent if you know exactly what you're eating every day. Obviously you mix it up, but instead of wake up and go, what's for dinner, what's for lunch, which I've done many times, then things start to go awry, and you sort of lose the diet can sort of go off track. So definitely help. I know it's a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of it, but it certainly works. The next one's probably protein. There's loads of research out on this. Go do your research on this, but protein, especially as you're getting older, you can argue the case for and against this. Definitely, there's research say you don't need as much protein, and there's research that you need lots more. So I'm always in the middle. I'm always in the middle when it comes to these topics. For me, again, I've played around with different levels of protein, and I found that the higher the protein at the moment, the better I look, the better I feel, the more resilient I am in terms of my immune system, and I'm fuller as well. It just keeps me fuller for long. I don't tend to snack as much. And for me at the moment, that's around, based on my weight, I'm around about 140, 150 grams of protein a day, which I spread out over 4 meals, and maybe a little snack. And I find that that's starting to work really well. And that's probably what I'll just stick with. Whether I'm trying to build muscle or trying to lose fat, it just stays consistent now throughout all time. The next one, really, again, it boils down to portion control. I'm generally a greedy person by nature. I like to. I've got a big appetite. I always have done, and I really struggle to control the amount of food that I used to eat. And I say I used to get away with it because I was far more, more active at the, in my youth. And now, work-wise, I'm sat down a lot of the day. I'm trying to stay as active as much in my free time as I can, but I'm just not as I'm not burning as much energy as I was, 10, 20, 30 years ago. And I'm trying to change that, but that's the reality at the moment. Therefore, I can't get away with eating as much as I used to. So portion control, I think that's key. And just overcoming that mental need for food, knowing when you're full and to stop. I'm not saying, I'm perfect every time, but it's certainly an area that I've worked on, I've got a lot better at. I'd be the guy, and I still do sometimes, it comes back, is everyone's, I'm looking around, I'm finishing first, greedy, fast eater, and I'm looking around at everyone's plates going, who's going to leave something for me? That's the way I used to operate. I'm now a lot better than that. Still gets me every now and then, but I can walk away from food a lot better than I used to, and I just don't eat as much, don't cook as much. I've actually just got I use bowls now instead of plates, and I found that from a mental perspective, the bowl's full, it's less food, but from a mental thing, okay, it makes me feel that I'm getting enough food that I need. So definitely, portion control's key. If you want to keep your weight on track, weight consistent, and just manage your weight better. Finally, it's water. Again, science will, there's lots of, arguments of how much actual water you need. For me, it's one of them. I just try it and then see if it works. So I've found, for me, if I have about 2 litres a day, 2-3 litres a day, depending on the time of year, that works for me. I feel better. I feel more energized. My mental focus is better. I'm not as hungry. I go to the toilet a lot more, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, especially as you're getting older, because our bladders definitely are not as resilient as they once were. But it's worth it, because I feel better for it. And I try to have the bulk of my water. I'll tell you, I have to get my gimbal because my arm's killing me. I tend to have the bulk of the water in the morning, so I'll definitely get up first thing, big glass of water, and I'll try and drink most of that 2 litres before 1 or 2 o'clock, and then just have a couple of minutes later, so I'm not, in the night getting up and peeing. And I think that's what. So I think with water, I think it's one of them to trial it out, test it, and just see how it works for you. Okay, that's it for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment below if there's anything you'd like to add to this conversation. Always love to hear some feedback. And I say there's the 90-day transformation starting for me middle of February, which is a few weeks away now. Depending on when you can obviously join me then, or depending on when you join this video, just join it, because I'm going to leave that link open. And I say all the details will be in there and probably on the page when you click the link. All right, guys, see you in the next one.